Week 15. In the books. Let's get to it. Now, time for this bullshit. Sorry this was late, but let's do it. Chargers pulling off the upset against the Broncos, 27-20. Chargers improved to 7-7. Broncos improved to dropping to 11-3. Yeah, and I find it fitting that Peyton Manning, when the pressure's on, throws an interception to basically end the game for the Broncos. But let's be realistic here. Chargers were just the better team. I mean, they just punched the Broncos in the mouth. Offensively, defensively, running the ball, throwing the ball. Of course, it had fucking Nate Irving not jumped offside on a 4th and 4 with the Chargers deep in their own fucking territory. Who knows what would have happened? But it is what it is. Moving on to the Sunday games. Eagles. I initially had this pick. I should have stuck with it regardless of who was in and who was out. But the Vikings beat the Philadelphia Eagles 48-30. Because when I made that initial pick, the Vikings over Eagles, I even said it, that the Eagles would not be able to handle the pressure of being a division leader. And I was initially right, but because the reason why I took the Eagles over the Vikings instead, because Peterson was not going to be able to play. Looks like it didn't matter. They didn't need Adrian Peterson. Castle had a big day. Patterson had a big day. Hell, Toby Gerhardt didn't even play either. They had to go with their third string running back, whoever the fuck that guy's name is, but he played all right too. Of course, the Eagles tried to come back, but it was just too little, too late at that point. And of course, Vikings put the game away. So whatever there. All right, moving on. Niners, by the way, Eagles are 8-6, but still have the division lead. More on that in a second. And the Vikings fall to 4-9 and improved to 4-9-1. Excuse me. All right, moving on. Niners beating the Buccaneers 33-14. This was actually closer than the score would indicate. Some games, the score is not as close as it would indicate, but this game was the exact opposite. This was much closer than the score indicated. Problem was, after the Buccaneers scored a touchdown, this happened late in the game, they tried to do that, whatever you call it, a lateral where you kind of run a reverse, but except it's on a special teams play. And they had the right idea, except for the recipient of the ball did not do a good job looking it into his hands. And of course, the Niners score the touchdown, blows the game wide open. But man, Colin Kaepernick, he threw. Holy shit! Did you see that throw from Kaepernick? I know it's the Bucs, but wow, that was a hell of a throw there. And welcome back, Michael Crabtree. I forgot to say that, but yeah. Niners improving to 10-4, still hold on to that final wildcard spot. Buccaneers are 4-10 and whatever there. All right. Dolphins beating the Patriots 24-20. This was a good fucking game. They had to go back and forth. But yeah, this was a hell of a fucking game. Of course, it did go down the wire with Tom Brady, and guess what happened? On basically the last play of the game, Brady throws a game-ending interception. Wonderful. There you go. But the Dolphins keep their playoff hopes alive, but they don't hold the final wildcard spot. More on that in a second. But the Dolphins improved 8-6, Patriots fall to 10-4, so they don't capitalize on the Broncos' loss. Seahawks defeating the Giants 23-0. My bad. Yeah. Eli Manning threw 5 interceptions. That defense is fucking ready for the playoffs. I mean, it's just simple as that. And those could be the last two destinations. Period. Seattle and Jersey. I mean, they're gonna have to go back to Jersey if they want to win the Super Bowl. But rules are rules. But yeah, good victory for the Seahawks. We get second. I think it's only their second shutout in the NFL this season. I could be wrong there, but whatever. All right, moving on. Seattle improves to 12-2, and now they just need one more win, and not only is the NFC West theirs, but also home field advantage. All of it. All in one game if they beat Arizona. I should say win, but whatever. All right. Buffalo Bills defeating the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fuck you, Jacksonville. I picked Jacksonville and they fucking lose. Up your fucking ass. Anyway. No one gives a fuck about that one anyway. Moving on. This was an interesting game. Falcons defeating the Redskins 26-27. Kirk Cousins looked okay. He looked fucking... But he was also inconsistent as well. He threw some bad interceptions and shit like that. But hey, he brought the team back. He won, and of course, after they scored the touchdown, they tried to go for two. I mean, let's be fair here. This is the cream of the crap game. No one wants to see this one any further, so of course they're gonna go for two. Who gives a shit? You're not playing for anything. At the end of the day, who gives a shit? So I'm not going to question Mike Shanahan there, because... But Redskins didn't. But the Redskins failed, of course, and the Falcons win. Falcons improved to 4-10. Redskins fall to 3-11 with no first-round pick for 2014. Hint, hint. Bears defeating the Browns 38-31. Browns could have almost won the... Browns made a game out of it. And Jay Cutler looked rusty, but as soon as Cutler calms down and worked his magic, there you go. And Alshon Jeffrey does it again, making another incredible touchdown grab. This guy's the man. This guy's pretty fucking good. I heard that he and Brandon Marshall spent some time together in the offseason, and that obviously that helped an awful lot. But yeah, Bears keep their playoff hopes alive. In fact, they have the division lead. More on that in a second. Anyway, Browns fall to 4-10. No one gives a fuck. No one really gives a fuck about that. All right, Colts defeating the Texans 25-3. Texans played like shit. We all know this shit. Not much happening. Not much else happening besides Andrew Luck. Whatever. No one cares. No one really cares about this matchup. Moving on. Panthers defeating the Jets. By the way, Colts improved to 9-5. Texans fall to 2-12. Worst record in the NFL. Potential #1 overall pick. All right, Panthers defeating the Jets 30-20. Panthers defense does it again. Cam played efficient again. D'Angelo Williams pretty much broke the game wide open with that long touchdown. There you go. And of course, Jets fall to 6-8. I think they're out of the playoffs now. Last I checked, I think they are. All right, moving on. Chiefs improving to 11-3 after killing the Raiders 56-31. Jamal Charles 5 touchdowns, 4 of them receiving, 1 of them rushing. Holy shit! Raiders actually made a game out of it. They were down 35-10, but then they came back to 35-31. But then the Chiefs blew it wide open once again. Yeah. So yeah, Raiders fall to 4-10. Back to the Raiders, I guess. Whatever. Holy shit. Packers beating the Cowboys, getting a much-needed win. 37-36. Cowboys, we all know the deal. They blew a 23-point lead. They were up 26-3 at halftime. And then all of a sudden, oops, they pulled their typical Cowboy fucking bullshit again. And they lost to Matt Flynn, people. Matt Flynn. Just saying. Tony Romo threw in 2 interceptions. One of them, which cost the Cowboys the lead, and the other one that cost the Cowboys the game. And I heard that one of those interceptions, I think the first one, was actually off a run play, and Tony Romo audibled. So Jason Garrett told them to run the ball, actually did tell them to run the ball, but yet Tony Romo audibles and then throws it instead. And, gee, there you go. Yeah, I gotta blame Romo on that. You weren't going for points at that point. There was, what, 2:50 left in the game? But then again, some of the blame still goes to Garrett because they're not running the football enough. Are you kidding me? They only ran it 7 times in the second half? Come on! And of course that defense, a very inexcusable defensive performance. 5 possessions in the second half for the Packers, 5 touchdowns. But how about Eddie fucking Lacy, man? Holy shit there. And hey, give Matt Flynn some credit, but again, that Cowboys defense was horrible. Is horrible. Cowboys dropped to 7-7. Could not capitalize on Philadelphia's loss to the Vikings. Very disappointing. Heads will roll this offseason. I had the Cowboys winning the division. Now I am not so fucking sure. Unbelievable. Moving on. Cardinals defeating the Titans 37-34. Titans were about ready to lose the game, but then the Cardinals were actually playing well, offensively and defensively, but then the Titans just started coming roaring back and took the game in overtime. But then Fitzpatrick threw an interception, and that cost them the game. But the Cardinals improved to 9-5, still alive for the playoffs, but it is a long shot. They got to beat the Niners, and they got to beat the Seahawks and the Niners in back-to-back weeks. I don't think they can do it. I don't know if they can beat Seattle. They might have a chance against the Niners because they're at home, but on the road against Seattle, not fucking happening. And the Titans are 5-9, officially out of the fucking playoffs. There you go. Rams defeating the Saints 27-16. Let's just give. I'm just gonna go ahead and just give credit to Jeff Fisher in the Rams because yeah, that onside kick after the Rams scored a touchdown. What the fuck? The Rams are out of the playoffs anyway. Who the fuck cares? This was their Super Bowl, okay? I should have taken the Saints. I should have taken the Rams. What the fuck was I thinking picking the Saints? This was the same team that lost to the New York Jets. The Jets, people. They can't. Whatever there. Whatever there. Jimmy Graham was a non-factor. They tried to go on the comeback trail. Garrett Hartley missed 2 field goals. Actually, I take that back. He didn't miss those field goals. They were fucking blocked because the Saints line did not do a good job of blocking the fucking Rams line. And yet they cut Garrett Hartley for some reason, as if it was his fault. Fucking bullshit. But the Saints fall to 10-4. Still technically hold on to the lead, but they're tied now because with the Panthers at 10-4. And they face each other next week. Should be a good one. Steelers spoiling the Bengals party 30-20. Bengals tried to come back, but it was just too little too late. But now the Bengals are looking for a new punter after Huber got fucking cheap shotted by a Steeler player who got fined yesterday. Thank Christ for that. Because he broke his fucking jaw. What the fuck, man? Do you understand it's the punter, right? Hey, who gives a shit? But yeah, another good game for the Steelers, and another good game for Roethlisberger, even though he threw an interception, but it didn't caught. But at that point, who gives a shit? It's time for me to start giving Ben his due, because he's been playing very well this season. He's been playing well the last 2 seasons. But whatever there. All right, and ESPN NFL Monday. I gotta get through this one quickly. Justin Tucker, 18. Lions, 16. I'm kidding there, but yeah, the Ravens scored no touchdowns, and yet they still won the game. And that 61-yard field goal, holy shit, it was that close to being no good. The length was there, obviously, but the way that ball was going, he nearly fucking shanked it. Holy shit. Of course, Stafford threw 3 interceptions. The Lions defense did jack diddly fucking shit. When you think about it, I'm amazed they only gave up 18. They did not get after Flacco. Whatever there. And Matt and Stafford, like I said, threw 3 interceptions, 3 costly interceptions. One of those interceptions led to Justin Tucker's field goals. And the Ravens still hold that final wildcard spot in the AFC. The Lions no longer hold the NFC North lead. In fact, they're now 3rd in the NFC North because of the Packers tie that they had a month ago. So I do find it very fitting that 2 of the most overrated quarterbacks have either thrown a game-costing interception, which led to 3 points, or a game-ending interception for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, come on, man. But yeah, Denver got punched in the fucking mouth. And that's the thing. That's what the Broncos are going to be facing come playoff time. And they could end up, suppose they do clinch home field advantage. They're going to end up facing Baltimore again, most likely. And they're going to get fucking punched in the mouth again. They need to get that shit figured out. But yeah, big fucking week next week. But more on that when I make my picks a couple days from now. Alright, that's it. Till next time, later fuckers.